Project is on course. It remains sacrosanct. It is irreversible. And no amount of force can dampen nor quench the ingenuity and the resilience of the indomitable Biafran spirit. There is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever.
Got Talent exclusive.
After this heavy rain, please let the sun rise.
Our lives are in danger, siblings and more that all day long we have been ruled by strangers. Give us Biafra. We are begging you, please.
There's nothing we can do without you. It's only you that will save my life.
Chukwu King and Biama, you are the one to give us Biafra. We pray.
Oh, just save our lives. We are your children, save our lives. We are like sheep has gone astray. Restore our land and heal our hearts.
Save my life.
Save my life. Save my life.
Chukwu King,
Almighty Father. Oh, we are begging you, please.
We ain't been living here in the zoo. You up there, set us free. We are begging you.
See my papers, they are crying. You up there, get dying. Save our life, we beg you for love.
tears in my eyes every day. I can cry. Nothing else I'm asking for. Lord, give me Biafra or I die. We need a clearer picture, a better future, a better future. The Lord.
Freedom is what we want, nothing more, nothing less. We are tired of the zoo and your wickedness. Yes. Save my life, Papa.
Give us Biafra.
We are begging you, please. We are begging you, please. When your kingdom shall come, we will know we are safe. When your kingdom shall come, we will know we are safe. Father, Lord, we lift up our hands to the air now. Chukwu King, take all the glory and give it. Send your son to give the life. Send your innocent give me
Give us Biafra. Save my life. Give us Biafra. We are begging you, please.
Alele bugum, iwe webugum, obia bawagum, ndio chichi
I know you
beli.
can feel our anguish, but don't let us perish in the hands of our enemies.
Good evening, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people wherever you are all over the world. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station. Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station is being anchored by Diokpa Uchiuka from Efo. Mazi Uchiuka from Efo hails from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uchiuka from Efo is the man who has simply assured us that under his watch he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Like I always say, I do not expect everyone to understand the mindset behind those words, but one day you shall. He is the director of Biafra Nation Alliance, and of course, it's a genuine Biafran. One of those who make us to believe in this Biafra restoration project. I am George Onyibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Anyoma province, and Anyoma province is in Delta State. Every piece of land in Delta State is Biafra land. As customary demand, I will acknowledge members of the de facto customary government, headed by Alhaji Asare Dokobo and deputized by our sister, Adarita Anebogo. And of course, on the implementation committee, we have people like Uchenna Sibu, we have Mazi Uchiuka from Efo, we have Onyibe, we have so many of them. And of course, the same Biafra de facto customary government, we have the advisory body. And of course, you have Dr. Kado, you have Daunyale, you have Mazingo Kinkwo, so many to mention, but I just take my time so you understand the existence. People are minding those duty posts. And then we have the interim parliament, and then wonderful Biafrans across the globe are coming together already. They are converging already to see how this issue can be addressed once and for all, so that we can go home and look for other things to do with our life. And so all of you on the Biafran de facto customary government, you are highly appreciated. I must continue to say that. We know the enormous task and challenge that is laid on your shoulder, but we cannot lose faith on you. We believe you can do it, and together we shall do it. Tonight I acknowledge members of the Biafran Nation Alliance family. You do not know the position or the role you are called to play in a spiritual era like this. You are the home where our people, having been scattered, the brain, are confused, looking for where to start from. Biafra Nation Alliance, that is your job. So much work for you to do. But you are doing your best, and I acknowledge you. All of you, from the administrators to the media, to the advisory body, to the board of trustees, Mazio Bidio Bienu, all of you, I acknowledge you tonight. As always, men and women of goodwill across the globe, who actually indirectly or directly identify with us in our sojourn, in our challenges. And of course, for the love of Biafra, you did what you did. A brother called me today from Germany and was telling me about all the money he spent in IPOB. And he said every day he see the lie and deception there. He said something that is making me to bring it up this evening. He said, I will not regret any dime I have spent for Biafra. In fact, I will spend it more. This is how deep the love for Biafra for some of you are. I tell you, those who have gone before us, wherever they are, they will watch over you. Our ancestors will watch over you. The God that preside over the affairs of man, who supposedly live in heaven, he will watch over you. I use that word supposedly because David said, earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. He shall come and save you in your own days of trouble. I acknowledge indigenous people of Funande Kano. These are our misguided brother. If you encounter them anywhere, do not take them serious. When they are serious, we will tell you. When Nnamdi Kanu was actually in the business of restoration of Biafra, we gave him unalloyed support. We stood for him when we should have run. Most of us laid down their life who he did not even appreciate them. And when they were asking him, he said, every people died. My dog Jack died. He never even valued their life. When they change, we will know. But for now, they are misguided fellas. The only thing they know, they talk rubbish and they are not ashamed of themselves. Indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu. You know them by antagonizing people. All they after is how to get money, blackmail you. They fight for our money, blood money. Nothing more, nothing less. Of course, they are on my platform this evening, doing the same thing they know how to do properly, which is exhibiting their stupidity. And so I welcome you. Tell China Sanworu that your number is dwindling on my platform. Please, we need more of the recruits. Let it be on record that the next generation must understand what we did to ourselves and be able to separate it from what the enemy is doing to us. And tonight, before I proceed further, this is a tradition on this platform, and I will continue to do that. We acknowledge the creation. Anyị na-aja gị mma o, n'ihi na ị mara mma, ịhụnanya na gị, obiọma gị o juru anya dajio, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dịka gị, ebo Alfa na Omega dadi, anyị niile na-asị naanị dị galeo, ọkwa gị kewara osimiri, imekwa nwanya ga ka ọ tụrụ ime o, ọkwa gị yo Chineke, igbo ke mmiri na-ebu ogwe, ọkwa gị yo Chineke ma n'ebochi me, ebochi me n'ebochi m, ibuchi anya anyị ji ahụ ụzọ, agada gbajiri zọ nwoke obiọma o, olileanya nke ndị Biafra o, anyị na-erere ọkụ na anyị na-agbara ọkụ, ogene ka m ga-eji toro gị ye gị nna, anyị ga na-akwụ isi ala na-enye gị ekene n'ịbụchi m ise. And of course, this evening, as always, we will go to our topic that is titled the agitation structures that must be put in place. As far as the agitation for the restoration of Biafra is concerned, there are structures that must be put in place. You cannot avoid it. If you deliberately choose to ignore it, you will bear the consequence in the nearest future. But before we go deep into that study, first of all, I want to call on Biafrans across the globe about the alarming arrest of Biafrans, most especially Igbo Biafrans. And of course, other Biafrans are also being arrested. In Ebonyi State, in Rivers State, in Imo State, there is massive arrest of our people. And most of them are IPOB members. As I'm talking to you, if nothing is done about them, all of them will be assassinated. I received an alarming report from a brother that was arrested in Port Harcourt and taken back to Imo State. And after vandalizing his house, they picked him up and he's in Ebonyi State as we speak. Genuine Biafrans, this is the time to stand up for these people. Their number is so great. If they go through that pain and come out without the people of Biafra looking into their matter, believe me, they will make or form the next line of saboteur most of you have not thought of. Because most of them will not forgive those of you who have sent them on this perilous journey without any fallback defense plan for them. And you see how you can help them. Once you associate with IPOB now, they call you unknown gunmen. And once you attack unknown gunmen or ESM, that may be the end of you. And now Barrister Jofo is there, Barrister Aloy Ejimako is there, They have brought, is it Phoenix Days or what do they call their lawyer? They don't talk about those people. When their family rally around and bring them out, you see them on social media. Hey, IPOB Ligati, we have brought out our brother. Inya nunuri me, inya nunuri me. Ejabuki mofonya nyampia money. We will be here when all these things will react. And so I am calling upon you. If you have policemen who are closer to you, I'm talking to those in diaspora. Because most of the governors don't know this thing I'm telling you. There are distress calls coming everywhere. And before we look into our topic, I must remind you, most people who have gone in the future to say they are agitating or doing something, the moment they have a way, memorandum of understanding with the government of the day, I have told you before, their next line of action is to eliminate all of you who can challenge them. This could be the process that is going on. And so everybody has to be very careful. Of course, everybody in Biafra land must get ready. Because there is going to be an imminent attack. Very vicious and dangerous one. But the truth is that no matter what they do, Nigeria can never conquer Biafra. We've not done freedom fighting before, but we have common sense. And we know that every mistake we have made, every sacrifice we have made, commitment we have placed in this struggle, Biafra must surely come. There is no two ways about it. And so, having said that this evening, we move on to our topic, which is simply titled, The Agitation Structures That Must Be Put in Place. As we continue to deliberate, rendering deliberate effort, which is being made to ensure that Biafra is restored, there is need for the people of Biafra to set up modalities that will enable us completely participate in every activity. There is need for us to understand the method of distribution or division of labor which involve every component member to enhance the ultimate delivery of efficiency. And now, what am I trying to say? There is need for us to make sure that everybody participates. There is need for us to create a platform for division of labor. And this is so we can feel the impact of the positive contribution of every other component member. And so we can see complete delivery of their efficiency. We are fighting very hard. We are doing our best, but a lot is still there to be done. The target as we speak now is a deliberate silencing of a cross-section of Biafrans, the Igbo Biafrans. I have always known this truth. One way or the other, I pray we will not be reluctant, and then we are caught up in their trap. They have almost neutralized all other component members that makes up the Biafran nation. Everybody is almost quiet. They don't know what is happening. And let me correct impression for the sake of everybody that is supposed to be involved in this journey. Everybody have a role to play. They have almost neutralized other ethnic nationality that made Biafra. But the Igbo Biafrans stand their ground. The Igbo Biafrans still keep pushing. And somewhere along the line, people narrate it in different way. But the truth I want you to know tonight is that if those supposedly who are not Igbo will watch the Igbo nation to be conquered. They won't even do meeting where they will come for other members. The only obstacle on their way is the Igbo Biafrans. And the Igbo Biafrans must understand that if God put you in a position like this to fight and you have what it takes, do not withhold your sword from striking when necessary. A lot of things are going on social media. Information collectors are collecting information. Observers and spectators are doing their job very well. And somewhere along the line, all of us will give account of what we have done. But until that day, we must ensure we are working as principled men and women. We must project ourselves as people whose demand is not only recognized, but it is enforceable. And to every component member that make up Biafra, this is time for you to make your own contribution. I listened to a woman on one of her broadcasts, and she was saying, why will other tribe not come out and then organize as Igbo are coming out? I look at them and say, these are the real Fulani blood. What you don't know is bigger than you. And most of these things you are doing, to you that is even saying it, you have not come out once. If anybody told you others are not coming out, it is for two reasons. It is for two reasons. And one of these days, I will blow it for you so that your head will blow. We must learn to tell ourselves the truth. Oh. We must. Just look at the footprint of Nnamdi Kanu. Is this Biafra agitation now all Biafra agitation or Igbo agitation? Is this now still Biafra agitation or Igbo agitation? Now the point is what is even saying, let us see another thing. My brother, my sister, if we don't clear all this mess, we'll only be looking at ourselves as enemy. We'll just be looking at ourselves as enemies, suspecting one another. That is exactly what Nnamdi Kanu wants. And in less than 1 week, he's not around. Look at all of them. Just look at it. And most of you will say, he's the one causing all the problem. If we are not able to set up structure, we may end up, Fulani will be looking at us. We will be the one fighting ourselves. This fight, we are even fighting ourselves at this moment. It's a vocal attack. And very soon, maybe we use weapon for ourselves. We cannot underestimate anybody. I have to get through different angle, and hopefully I can be able to pass message to over 70 or 80 million Biafrans across the globe. You never know who God is going to touch, and take another bold step to ensure a complete emancipation of our people. This procedure I have just explained eventually opens door for easy access to every platform where help is required, and ultimately we get the necessary attention to our demand. In this study tonight, we have first of all have to cite example from other countries who from the pit of oppression and backwardness made a comeback by achieving such height as it is presently, as they presently occupied. We are not the only one who have been here before, but in the midst of testimony, in the midst of evidence, people were supposed to follow their example. We are still behaving as if what we are going through is new. There is almost virtually no country in the world that has not gone through this stage. All of them. And somewhere along the line, structures were made, course implemented, and it will shock you where most of them are today. Let us cite some of the examples, and then we can now go back and review some of these structures that must be put in place. We first of all consider Dubai, United Emirates. I remember that in the 80s, Dubai came to borrow money from Nigeria, and that loan was not given to them, and they went back. They have found different challenges. They have seen war, but somewhere along the line, they were able to navigate their way through the chaos. And what did they do? They built Dubai. Our politicians go there at least once or two times in a month, just to look at a hotel, look at the street. They give you 3 days visa. You go there and burn our money. Have you ever wondered if in the 80s Dubai came to borrow money from Nigeria, your giant of Africa? What is the difference between the economic heights of Dubai and that of Nigeria? And it will shock you that most of Dubai GDP, over 95%, is non-oil based. So far, oil has accounted for less than 1% of Dubai GDP. And tourism to produce 20% of that GDP of Dubai. The oil is not where they make their money. They create other platform. Donald Duke, one-time governor of Cross River State, he built a similar thing like that, Tinapa. Go and ask Obasanjo, what did they do to Tinapa? Because how could Cross River State become a tourist attraction or tourist center? How you want the people to be relevant? And as I'm talking to you, Cross River State is gradually being taken over. You don't hear anything there. But I can assure you that the number of Fulani who are waiting to do the necessary thing within the forest in Cross River State is alarming. And when you call somebody from Cross River State and say, come into this Biafra agitation, of course we understand your fears and challenge. But this time it looks to me that none of you have any challenge. Dubai is there. In how many years? They own the tallest building in the world. In how many years? They are competing with Disney, tell you, what do they call them? In how many years? These are human beings. They don't even look very bright. They don't look very brilliant. But they understand how to put structures in place. And now look at where they are. The people of Biafra must understand. There is need for us to begin to recycle. There is need for us to begin to review. There is need for us to begin to re-strategize. Because it's not just about the GDP of that country. There is a role that standard of GDP makes. And if I begin to explain it now, the government of Nigeria will stifle the whole system. And that is why we keep encouraging you. Look for pro-Biafran group and join. And I am specially recommending you to join the Biafra Nation Alliance. Because there are so much you can do that you are not even aware of yet. We can go back and then consider another country who's found themselves in the same position, and that is Malaysia. There are rumors that Malaysia make most of her money from palm oil, maybe the second or the third largest palm oil producing country in the world. But I think it has been faulted by the head of a palm oil processing company in Nigeria. But then If you check what Malaysia has gone through, you see that the size of our enterprise is just the backbone of the national economic, which make up almost 40% of our GDP. Medium scale business, medium scale enterprise is what makes up almost 40% of their GDP. Today in Biafra land, Nigeria are deliberately destroying all of them. Why I'm saying it is these two countries, as we have mentioned, were once under the edict of the colonial rule, the British government. They colonized both countries. And in the midst, they were able to find their way out. A lot of things need to be done. Our youth are becoming weaker every day. Our people are being impoverished by deliberate policies that have been put in place. Our youth now can answer unknown gunmen, collect 5,000 from China Sanguru, and then go to a journey of no return. And we can't build it. We can't empower them. And so they are weak. If I may digress a little bit. During the era of Dim Chukwuemeka Odimegwu Ojukwu, the greatest weapon that brought the people down was starvation. And I want to believe if Ojukwu could visage of the horror of that blockage, maybe he would have postponed the decision to call Biafrans back and then make adequate preparation. When Joseph understood by revelation that famine was going to hit the world, according to the Bible, they made preparation to store food. If Ojukwu could have visaged, I can assure you, he would have re-strategized. And by now, we will not be here talking about one Nigeria. Today, our people must understand that there is a lot of things we need to begin to reconsider. Because this thing you are seeing, the trigger will be let loose. And I can tell you, even the hunter and the hunted, nobody will go free. Forget about those who are jumping up and down and thinking that they are the Alpha and Omega. When the time comes, we will know. And so when you look at Malaysia, it is from low-scale owners, medium enterprises. That is where they derive 40% of their GDP. Where are we now? What exactly are we doing? When we talk about de facto customary government, people don't get it very well. That is why we keep inviting you. People need to organize our land. People need to talk to those that need to be talked to. People need to make arrangements. And these people are not because they are professor. It is not because they are governor. It is not because they are kingmaker. It is not because they are supremacy. It is because they have what it takes to embark on such a journey. And then the third one, we look at what do you call it? This the social and political development in Europe, and that is about the Israelis. The Jews needed their own country, and their ancestral land seems like the right place for them to establish such country. European Jews, 90% of all and partly because of the Enlightenment introduced Jews to a secular nationalism. Between 1896 and 1948, hundreds of thousands of Jews settled from Europe to what was then British controlled Palestine, including large members forced out of Europe during the Holocaust. Many Arabs saw the influx of Jews as a European colonial movement, and the two people fought bitterly. The British could not control the violence, and in 1947 the United Nations voted to split the land into two countries. Almost all of the roughly 650,000 Jews went to the Blue Territory in the map to the right, and a majority of the Arab population, roughly twice the size of the Jewish community, went on the orange. The Jewish residents accepted the deal. The Palestinians, who saw the plan as an extension of a long-running Jewish attempt, pushed them out of the land. Fought it. The Arab state of Egypt, Jordan, Iraq, and Syria all later declared war on Israel, as well as the defended Palestinians. Israel force defeated the Palestinian militias and Arab armies in various conflicts, turning 700,000 Palestinian civilians into refugees. The United Nations promised 56% of British Palestine for the Jewish state. By the end of the war, Israel possessed 77% of everything except the West Bank and the eastern quarter of Jerusalem, controlled by Jordan, as well as Gaza Strip, controlled by Egypt. It left Israel with a state, but not Palestine or Palestine. And now I would go on trying to analyze this story, but understand that the people of Israel were scattered all over the world. They got to a stage and they see the need, why they need to have a home, a country. And there is no better place to build this country except the land of their ancestors, Zion, Jebusites. And so they returned. And as of the time they got back to Zion, the colonial masters were there already, the British government. These people needed this home because they perceived danger. They were being hunted down around the world. Holocaust was going on everywhere. They needed to come back. Their blood lineage was almost bastardized. Now, the people of Biafra should sit back and begin to reason. How could they make such a comeback? Now, I can assure you that one of the threatening danger that faced the people of Israel was bastardization of their blood. And that issue was dealt with. You have today American Jews, Saudi Arabian Jews, European Jews, Jews. They have people all over the world. They created a platform to bring them together. And that action alone even altered the Mosaic covenant. I mean the Abrahamic covenant. But for a greater good. The Jewish people, for them to be able to make a comeback, they have to introduce certain structure. Their encounter, their challenge is similar to that of us. What they went through is almost what we are going through today. Why? Today, we are being persecuted around the world indirectly, sometimes unknown, but the evidence abound. Most of you in diaspora, you know how much you labor, you know how much you're suffering, Some of you have to engage on slave labor just to get your papers. Some of you have to marry your grandmother just to get your resident permit. And it is happening across the globe. You can be captured and then taken to a lab as a guinea pig. Nobody protects your interest. Not even Nigeria, supposedly your country. It has not been easy. And now we are at the same point where we feel somewhere along the line we need to come together and see how to go back home, which is the land of Biafra. And now at this stage, the land of Biafra have been balkanized. Just the same way the land of Israel is in chaos. Men who can reason understand that a lot of damage has been done to their values. That is why we keep telling them that they cannot, don't destroy our value, or else that is the end of us, and we will make sure nobody does that. They now had a meeting, and this one came and said, no, I am European Jews. And then another one come say, no, the Jewish American. And while they were still talking, the other ones came, were the Japanese Jews. And while they were still talking, the Saudi Arabian Jews came. And this is after hundreds of years of sojourn. But believe me, the people of Israel are not new to this kind of lifestyle. The same way God asked Moses to create the Ark of Covenant, to be able to separate the pure breed from the children or descendant of Elijah and the rest of them whose blood has mixed up with them, was the same thing they did. Today, the separation Nigerian has introduced, it's almost impossible for Urubu, Ishekiri, Ijo, all of us to sit on one table and discuss our way out of Nigeria. Why? Because there are a lot of issues that have not been addressed. Those who has offended others think that you should not say it. Don't say it. Who told you we will not say it? And then those who are ignorant are still claiming, yeah, we know the right thing, we are the one. No, my brother, all of us Biafra, we are in for a very deep shit if we cannot get it right. But we will keep fighting. We will keep fighting until eventually we will get it. The people of Israel understand all these things. Having been able to settle the differences between them, because a seed of discord has been sown among them, they agreed. They allowed those who want to be Muslim. They allow those who want to be Christian to be Christian. You want to be a Yehudian or you want to be Judaism. They allowed everybody. But then they have a religion identity. They no longer divide themselves from Jewish American or Jewish European. On a real setting, they are all Jews. He went back and made the move. Being confronted by more than 5 countries with heavy war power, heavy weapon at their disposal, they fought viciously. United Nations has no option than to divide Israel. And so the British controlled Palestine. 77% was given back to the Israel. How could one country of different ethnic nationality, as we speak, come together and fight enemies that are the same? Arab nations. How could they do that? Structures were put in place. We have gotten to the stage in this agitation where we say, now let's begin to put structure in place. Somewhere along the line, our students are going to make a move, a very great move. But how could they when they don't have a platform to function? Then in IPOB, I called Chimobi Okafor. I said we need to organize our students. Chimobi Okafor embarked on that very journey. With the help of another brother called Chimamba. among others. They started mobilizing our students. They have almost finished organizing. In fact, in Biafra land, they have hold of almost all the higher institutions in Biafra land. We have started working on other west and north of Nigeria. Some members from Ghana and other parts of the world have started joining them. Imagine when Biafran youth across the globe will have a platform to discuss about this issue of Biafra restoration. I tell you, even devil himself, who has placed us in this condition, will be forced to listen to them. Imagine the movement of global Biafran students writing to different organizations across the globe. And the moment these children started gathering momentum, the moment these students become active and vibrant, now the Kanu came and hijacked it. He asked Austin Abanyim to take over. Austin Abanyim now begin to do Kende Bondimu, Kende Bondimu, Kende Bo enemy judge. And along the line, Chimobi has been killed. Chimamba was asked to take over. But they felt he's close to me. They removed him. Where are Biafran students now? I only hear their post. And that is because every group that would have helped us set up this structure, it is hijacked by Nnamdi Kanu and it is destroyed. What about the Elders Forum? The last time I checked, the only thing they do now, the remaining one. Oga adene uche me forma o. Oga adene wa mande sabo. Elders will be talking like a drunkard. Because they want to please Nnamdi Kanu. Now, pleasing Nnamdi Kanu now, let us see how it's going to be. The Jewish people, the Malaysians, and every country who has gone through this process we are going through today, they understand when to do the first thing first. Structures must be put in place. Have you considered the progressive arrangement attached to the sources of these countries? You will then understand the bridge between their sources and their failure, which was introduced by the formation of following the principle laid down. One of the principles of formation that they applied to get to where they are. It's so many. But we must tell our people, this is why we are doing this. This is why we have to do this. And everybody go back and start doing it. They said the Jewish people fought Arabian nation all around them. The level of damage done to all of them. United Nations has no option than to, the Jewish estimated at least 65% of their land should be given back to them. But at the end of the day, United Nations gave them almost 75 or 77. They were not on radio and saying, we will bomb you, we will kill you, we will come to Abuja, we will collect Buhari head. You don't say this thing, you collect the head, my friend, and move on. And some people want us to say, we will defend our land. You know, John will Buoja. We separated volunteers from coordinators and members. And this was for a genuine reason. They could not be criminalized because you don't even know them. But when Nnamdi Kanu has derailed, he wants to shut everybody out. And all of you who are ignorant, hey, yes, sir, yes, sir, hey, yes, sir, and non-government evangelism. I wish you are telling our people around the world what is happening in Biafra land. I have said it before. If you are a Biafran, please make call. Talk to your brothers and sisters in the police. If you know the number of our people in different secret cells as we speak, they pick them up and they say that they are unknown gunmen. All because of Nnamdi Kanu. And they put charges on your head. They begin to reveal you. And may God have mercy on you that they don't see anything on you. That is the end of the people. Israel understand these structures must be put in place. And Biafran people must understand these structures must be put in place. Because if you look at, we have Arabian Jewish. We have Jewish Arabian. And now, the Israelites, the Jewish people, will now have to fight their cousin, their kings, their niece, their half-brother, their step-brother or sister, as the case may be. Proper planning made it possible. Number one, we need to set up a union or organization for the following purpose. What is union? Let us look at every country in the first place. They have teachers union. I think Nigerian call their own. How do they call their teachers union? I've forgotten. And then they have NUJ. NUJ should be Nigerian. What are they? Is it journalists? We have union, lawyers union, teachers union, journalist union, doctors union, trader union. They have union. This helps to create room for division of labor. And then allow those who are expert on those fields to take the lead. We have political union. We have Boko Haram union. Does IPOB have union? But yeah, they created Saboteur Union, which I am one of the honorable member of the Saboteur Union. What a shame. They have union. You have police union. You have naval union. Even military men wife have union. Why? It helps them to have an eye in a location where their own eye cannot reach. It helps them to create extension of their hand to go into an environment or atmosphere where their natural hand cannot go to. It helps them to have extended leg where those legs can go to any errand for them without their own leg moving. Union. In this agitation, do we have union? Outside Biafra de facto customary government who are trying to put up something. In terms of issuing press communique or doing everything, well, who reviews what we are doing? They are now telling you, hey, Karumonde, one British criminal, feeding on the blood of Biafrans, hiding on that Facebook page. Phoenix has come to represent Nnamdi Kanu. Who is the guy? Who is that guy? He has your interest at heart. But I know what they want to do. They want to ask you for contribution. They want to collect money. And then Barrister Ojofor told you, Nigerian DSS have been allowing them to see Nnamdi Kanu. They will now take selfie. They will now romance. They will now do very good. They now come and tell you miracle is going on. Now Ojofor is telling you that they refuse to allow them to see Nnamdi Kanu. And now what do you expect? And now Barrister Phoenix is now here, and all of them are going to come out, and then Barrister Ojofor and Aloy Ejimako, they are going to now hide, and then Otimpu them fundraiser, they will now come. You see, the DSS has not allowed us to see Nnamdi Kanu, and now we have brought one lawyer from America, and what we are going to do now is we need to raise money. Please, ego idosi obodo, ego banko, ego idosi obodo tere, ego imeme Yahoo. You're going to take everything for you. Then who review the payment of Barrister Ojofor? Who reviews it? It will shock all of you Biafrans that more than 65% to 80% of principal officers in IPOB before now are lawyers. Almost all of them. Chike is a charge and bail lawyer somewhere in Germany. But that was then when men respect themselves. Nobody sells personality. It will shock you that about 50-55% of IPOB principal officer before now are doctors, medical doctors, professionals in their department. But these people are saboteurs to Nnamdi Kanu. He need people who cannot spell their name. So he fool everybody around. Now it is time to see the efficiency of union. He's nowhere to be found. If it's not him, it's his family member. So where are the union? Without forming union, we are not going anywhere. Go and ask the Israel. Go and ask all the countries, India, who has been here. Do we have union? Do we have platform? Only Nnamdi Kanu. Anybody come out? I asked you yesterday, I said, go and check in Nnamdi Kanu broadcast for the last 1 year. He must be condemning somebody. He must be condemning somebody. But where are the union? Where are the union? Do you know America have State of the Union? What do those people do? And under this union, which is very important, the purpose or the aim for this union is for a proper review of every sector to ensure that the necessary action required to meet their agenda is initiated. Through this union, you will be able to review, you'll be able to monitor what is going on. That is why you need the union. Can anybody tell me where we are in this Biafra agitation? It will shock you. Nobody know. They don't go bring another Onyibe man now. Say, hey, lawyer Finis is here. Was this lawyer not there when over 3.5 million innocent women were starved? They have brought him before to do bubu yeke, according to Anyemina. And now they see him as a good instrument to do another bubu yeke. Hey, the Onyibe lawyer is going to help us, and now the Kanu will become out. I thought Israel army was supposed to go to Abuja and kidnap DSS and then bring in Nnamdi Kanu out. Where are all the world power coming to Nigeria? All the lawyers of UK, international, they are gathering in London to come for Nnamdi Kanu. Why are you going to America to bring 1419 lawyer? Ndiohi. Kalimonde is on Facebook. Hey, well, lawyer is coming. No lawyer is coming. No can finish his controversial discussion with Nigeria. We are watching him. You see, we don't talk about his arrest much. That is because we don't want to play the first card last or the last card first. You know, when you are playing what, you hide your own. Because if you notice, you have a number that will give you win. You now start opening it, showing others competitors. You now say pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hold on, suspension, last card, check up. And when the person know that you have a card that will give you winning, the person will change the game for you. You can't win again. Now they have arranged another drama. In 2-3 days now, you'll be hearing, we need to contribute money to pay legal fee. We need money. Finish days has come. All the other people have gathered. Let us raise money. You know, raise the money. But of course, I know that over 70% of Biafrans are not giving their money out. We should know which one is doing this. What are you people doing? For how long are we going to exchange our people for pounds and shillings? It's unfortunate. The second reason is that this union will help to re-engineer our people to build a higher capacity to meet the challenge ahead. With the presence of union, they can be able to re-engineer the people to build more capacity for the challenge ahead. During the time of Niger Delta Avengers, do you know how they operate? Do you know what they say? Do you know what they do? Do you know how they function? Do you know anything? Because they were not there to beg any of you money. They have people who sponsored it. But today, look at all of you. Yes, let us gather money for ESM. Our ESM, they are hungry. They need to close. They need to eat. They need to look on the chalk. Just lemon in this new chokaga. Nigerian has not introduced starvation. No. Our own ESM, unknown gunmen, are begging for food now. And such people, you say, they are very wise, very brilliant. And when we are telling you people the truth, this is the issue. Let us come and reason. You are sentimentally enslaved and you cannot reason any longer. Am I telling you I know better? Am I telling you I know it all? But I'm telling you there are men out there who have what it takes to do what they ought to do when necessary. You cannot destroy them. God said to the people of Israel, I keep sending you prophet and wise men, and each time you kill them, if you continue to kill these prophet and wise men, I will not send them in the nearest future. But I thank God this rubbish happening in Biafra land is the handwork of Uli Nnamdi Kanu. He keep character assassinating everybody, blackmailing everybody, killing those he want to kill or he can kill in the name of Biafra. You just can't talk to him. But the truth is that without this union, you are not going anywhere. Thirdly, this union helped to create division of labor to enhance more productivity in every area. When we talk about division of labor, don't let the big English distract you. Try and understand how it functions. We're having a discussion one day, and somebody was telling us some of the activities that goes on at night. When they walk at night and somewhere along the line their submarine maybe broke down and they need help, they have to come out from the bottom of the ocean and then stay on top of water. He narrated how different kind of animal will come out at night and be watching them. It was a horrible sight. It was a horrible experience. But they are used to it. And now you want to do something in that terrain. We should have the union of marine commandos. So you understand what I mean. They cannot swim, even swimming pool. But yet is the commander of General Overseer of Biafra land, Field Marshal. And then when people like General Miracle talk, they say, oh, you are a saboteur, you are a saboteur. The union must be formed and people should be responsible. This is one of the areas I must tell you, this Gojuku failed. It looks like he was just picking anybody he like, anybody he trusts. That is the same thing Nnamdi Kanu is doing. Who is the General Overseer of Biafra? Nnamdi Kanu. Who is the Finance Minister of Biafra? Nnamdi Kanu's sister. Who is the Yahoo president? Nnamdi Kanu junior brother. Who is in charge of defense and investigator? Nnamdi Kanu brother. Who is the police selling all of you out in Nigeria? Nnamdi Kanu sister. Everything he has to go around his family. So other family you know get people who fit they do them. But you will not understand because there is no union. Today, who can come out now and categorically speak to defend any of this project if there is any project? The Jewish people understand this. On the round table discussion, they say, how do we do it? Our blood lineage is almost bastardized. According to the law that God gave to the people of Hebrew, he can't their lineage from their father. But the Israel you know today of Netanyahu, they count their lineage from both their mother and their father. That is why they have Hebrews all over the world. Now, they have to put an appendage there. They have to leave it somehow for the sake of getting all of them back. Issue of religion was going to be a torment because of the availability of religions union. They have renowned Christian, renowned Muslim, and the rest of them. They were able to manage those setup. You know that Israel man can travel over 12 hours to go and buy a product as low as, for instance, Nigerian currency. To buy pure water before Israel man will buy from another person. You know that it's almost impossible to get another Israel man. I come from a family that served them when they were in Nigeria, and I've worked with many of them. In fact, for record purposes, go to the university or higher institution known as Charles Day. Charles Day belonged to one time governor of River State, who is now the king of Browse, Amayanabo JP Sef. His first wife, who is a Yoruba woman, of course, they own Bereton Academy, built her own school and called it Charles Day. The head teacher, or how do they call them, in that school is an Israeli man. Do you know the man don't allow his children to go to the same class with us? With the level of facility in that school, that should be where people like Donald Trump should go and say, go to that school, those of you who know the school. But while I work with them that period, the man will put his children in a veranda, and other children are in school. He come and teach them, and they go. They don't go to that school. And that reminds me, there are schools in Germany that no other tribe is allowed to go to that school, only German. There are universities in UK where you as a Nigerian is not allowed to go there, only them. Because there is a union. Instead of us to build this union, people think that, oh, you are chairman. My brother, this load is too much. People must be responsible. Today, when you analyze what happened to the generation of 1967 and 1970, the only thing they have is that they were willing to die for what they believed in. But with due respect, most of those things were poorly planned in terms of union. Ojukwu would have been able to call somebody. Yes, the issue of communication, what is going on there? And they say we are intercepting information. I think the Egyptians are bombing us, and we are recommending at this moment that our people begin to dig underground so they cannot sight us again. Every market should be underground, and then communication goes on. And if for any reason things go wrong, they hold the surveillant or whoever is responsible. Today, who are you going to hold responsible? Who owns your money? Is it Nelly? Is it Ine Nayanya? Is it Kanonta? Who is with our money? Our money. Who is with it? Now the Kanu don't have bank account. He don't touch money. It's unfortunate. Who will be responsible for leading our youth to untimely death? Is it Mustafa that Chinas have ordered his death? Is it enemy? Which of the CSO? Is it Onye Buribu? Which one? Is it Ikonso? You see, without forming this union, I understand most of you are career freedom fighter already. That is why you can never approve of the union. State of the union. All of you are sitting down paying yourself every month. That is why when people are doing something, I'll be looking at them. I will hold you to your word once you make a vow. Be ready to pay for it. Nenanya is on payroll. Chike Dozem is on payroll. Azaya Oba is on payroll. Austin Abba is on payroll. All of them are on payroll. The one that is not, if you know how much Inas Anworu is reaping from IPOB, it will shock you. But the question now is, why was George Onyibe not paid? Why? There were times I think it was so difficult for me. My school, Juniper Academy, Port Harcourt, shut down. My church, Sanctuary of God Church, Port Harcourt, shut down. My interlock factory, Port Harcourt, shut down. My transport business, shut down. I couldn't even near my family or anything because of the time that we were in. And I told them, I say, I need help. This is my condition. In the DOS meeting, then I said, okay, we will talk to our leader. They said they talked to Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu told them, all of you contribute something and help him. 8 months later, 5 kobo. I think it was only Mazio Obidi that gave me what he can offer. It should be either 50 or 60,000. 8 months later, and in one of those meetings again, I told them, I thought our leaders say you people should be supporting me. I have not received any help yet. It was done in the night. I said, Onyendu say we should leave him, that he will be taking care of you till today. But we always survive. And so those of you who are paying yourself with our monthly due, how will you want Biafra to come? And when I call them career freedom fighter, people don't understand. Fulani, as far as I'm concerned, is not our problem. Not Yoruba, nobody. Until we get ourselves organized. Look at all of you. What is your testimony? You cannot leave anybody. Where will we mianya huakwa? Where will we nyami huakwa? Elilio huya jenyi lechare. And so you are from Uma, you are from Egala, Iyala, you are Biafra, Nijo, Urobo, Shekirio, Leabraka, Patani. You are Bua, Dua, Hoda, all of us. Efiki Bibio, Anan, Eka, Angongpa, Ugebu, Tinapa. You must understand, there must be state of the union. This evening, the people of Biafra need to think in this direction. We need to walk towards this direction, and we need to implement the strategy, as there are many works to be done, and this may be the shortest way to achieve it. Honestly, some people think, oh, when we come here, we will now begin to rake, we give Nigeria order, we do you like this, we will show you pepper. No, we have passed that stage. We have passed that stage. By now, we are supposed to be doing things that people will not have any single idea of what is going on. By now. But what are we still doing? We are still dragging for supremacy. Some still want to be what they are not. But at the end of the day, all of us must understand all of us must understand that our overall interest is bigger than all of us. Our overall interest is bigger than all of us. Make no mistake about that. And of course, at this moment, our lines are open. You are free to call in and make your contribution, make your suggestion. Don't try and come and say this person did not do well, this person did well. Have your say in our say, and then you move on. We are all entitled to our opinion, but based on the experience of those who has gone before us, we see it necessary that we begin to review some of the challenges these people went through and eventually how they were able to make it. Our WhatsApp line remain 070815 456 42 070815 45642. I repeat, our WhatsApp line again is 070815 45642. And our direct line is 081221 52971. 081221 52971 is our direct line. 081221 52971 is our direct line. And of course, if you cannot access this studio line and you have access to our my personal social media platform, it could be Facebook, it could be WhatsApp, you're free to call in through that my very line. And of course, at this moment, the lines are open and you are free to call in. Do not forget, at this moment, we are on Simple Radio. You can get Biafra Human Rights radio station being powered by the de facto customary government. You can get it on satellite, on our app. Of course, in some areas in Biafra land, as we speak, we are on FM relay station. And that is 100.5. 100.5 FM. From Delta State, you can get us around the Zene Junction down to Onitsha Head Bridge. And of course, for those of you who are in Anambra, from Obaru, Nkpo, and its environ, Tere, you can get Biafra Human Rights on radio station on FM. And those of you in River State, in some area between Obiakpo local government and Ikuri local government, you can also receive our FM signal on those areas. And of course, there are people responsible doing what they can to see that this relay station goes everywhere, because there are a lot of things going on and people have the right to be properly informed. I'll be back in a minute. Yes, of course. I am joined by one of us. Can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp. Call on
Yes,
WhatsApp.
Diokba.
Ndongwebo.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome to the
Omaba.
program. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Good evening, great Biafrans. This is your brother Odogwawele, and I hail from Anioma province of Biafra land, and I reside in Dubai. Yeah, but I just want to chip in this today's wonderful topic because it really caught my attention from the way things are going on in Biafra land. But before then, I will just salute our men and women who are dedicated to this struggle, starting from the chairman of the de facto customary government and the deputy, the head of Biafran Nation, Imaso, BNC, and all that pro Biafran group. I acknowledge and salute all of them. Greetings from here. Let me just go dive into today's topic, the agitation structure that must be put in place. We made a reference with Dubai, how they have passed through the same thing we are passing through now with some other countries, India, and how they were able to maneuver it. With the same colonialist Britain. Now the thing is, in fact, let me say our people they have degenerated our people now that they no longer reason appropriately because someone was putting on some shenanigans, using it to deceive them. That when you tell them the truth, they don't take the truth. They think the truth is unrealistic, but when you lie to them, they believe it. So I will start by in terms of the agriculture part, how these guys, their economy were dying. People don't know Dubai. Just the only oil, and I think they have little gold. Is brain. They industrialize their place. People are coming into build industries here. They don't. There's no farm here. 80% of food eaten here is imported from other countries. And we have a very good and fertile soil in our place there that we can be able to feed ourselves. But can we feed ourselves? No, we are not. We can feed ourselves, but we are not feeding ourselves now. We depend on other people to feed ourselves. This is part of the agitation structure. We also look into the agriculture part. People don't know that in Malaysia, they took soil samples from our land, not only Malaysia. Most of all these Western countries, they come to Biafra land, they take soil sample and go back to their country and do experiments on them until they get the exact nutrients that can match that our own soil sample. Then they use it to start commercialize the sand. They use it to do their own farming in their place. Even Malaysia, not Malaysia, Thailand did the same thing to India. Thailand was going to India to study for agriculture. They took their soil sample, went back to Thailand. Today, Thailand is the best in rice. The soil sample, they took it from India. So these are some of the things we should put in place in terms of this our agitation, and not building castles on top of earth. This Biafra land will be heaven on the earth, while we have not putting up a structure for that thing to be in place. And also, I want to also call just this my own opinion though, that we must try to stop this criminalizing a whole people because of offense of one man. We have to really stop it because it has destroyed the struggle. The thing has destroyed the struggle. Every day, Fulani is killing us. Fulani is killing us. We don't, now it's Igbo people, not some indigenous people for now. They cannot add ones killing us now. So we don't know who is killing who again. Fulani is no longer killing. So because as far as I'm concerned, the most successful head of state in Africa is a Fulani man, Thomas Sankara. He's Fulani, and he's a well celebrated. He's Fulani, so we must treat evil and crime by its name without attaching criminalizing the whole tribe or people. Then lastly, I just want to um, thank you for the good job you are doing in Diokba. I know it's not easy. And also our brother in South Africa, Mazi Shidera Odogene, and also Mazi Okuyonwuka. It's not easy. And our brother Mbadike, it's not easy to anchor programs like this, and to our able director, the people's director, not the Yahoo Yahoo non the kind of director. He's a people's general, and our father Obidio Benu. They should keep on keeping on. We will get to our destination. Thank you, Diokba.
Thank you very much, my brother, for your contribution. And of course, in as much as most people do not understand the position where we are, and most especially when it looks as if it is somehow difficult for them to get to the point, you don't go straight. Allow them to discover the truth by themselves. The real thing that we need to do, we are not even going there because it's going to touch somebody's ego. When real men begin to analyze issues, when real men begin to discuss situations, when real men comes out to fight to protect the interests of their people, there is virtually no time to discuss any other thing. Imagine if you are saddled with the responsibility of organizing our women, for instance. And then who will the Biafran women be? Who will they be? And when you talk about that angle, where are the likes of Margaret Ekbu? Are they still here? I do not think her loyalty was to anybody. I do not think she was there to become relevant when she's not relevant. She wanted their voice to be heard, that they are being oppressed, and she did it. Can you hear me, Agongwanye?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
You're welcome to the program this evening.
Thank you, sir.
Go ahead, please. Biafrans are listening.
Thank you. I greet all the good men and women, the good conscientious men and women, and the genuine lovers of freedom. I use the opportunity to greet our daddy in the Lord, Obido Bienu, Dr. Kado, Uchenna Nwokenkwo, Okom Paul Okom, Mbadike, Okuyonwuka, and our director, Uche Okafor Mefo. I use this opportunity to return the evil. All those evil men and women over there on social media are wishing him. The evil they are wishing him, I return it back to them and their families tonight in the name of Jesus. As they are wishing him death, all of them will kick the bucket before our director. He must finish the work God has brought him on this planet Earth to do before he will meet with his ancestors. All those evil they are wishing him will be their portion, and so shall it be. And you, Dr. Judge Onyibe, I greet you and I thank you for the good work you have been doing for us. I say, may everyone bless you too. This night, there's a lot to talk about, but I will just say a few that time could allow me to say. There are this discussion I had with one lawyer, and there's this question the lawyer asked me. I want to ask the question so that other lawyers that know the answer will come to give it to us, no matter he really opened my eyes. The first question he asked is this, that before Nnamdi Kanu was evacuated out of Nigeria, according to what he said, was he evacuated with his passport, both his British and Nigerian passport? That Nnamdi Kanu is more of Nigeria than British, because the major condition given to him that made him to be bailed out was collecting his passport. His Nigerian British passport is with the Nigerian government. That's why he was smuggled out of the country. Did he travel with his passport? So which of his passport is he with when he was arrested in Kenya? And they are lying to themselves that British people are coming to speak on his behalf. Then I'm now asking, is Joffa working in a British High Commissioner in Nigeria? Because he said that there was a letter given to him from UK that he went to submit in DSS for Nnamdi Kanu to sign, so that the international combined team lawyers should come for his rescue, and they refused him signing it. So if the British ambassador in Nigeria wants to see Nnamdi Kanu, will it be a problem for her to see him? Why is it that Joffa is the one that is going with the letter? Who gave it to him? Is he working with the woman in the British embassy in Nigeria? That is a question that needs to be answered. Then another one I will ask now is, now they are talking about Bruce Fenn, or what they call it, the man that forged with Nnamdi Kanu that Buhari is dead. He is the one that brought out the certificate of his death. Is now in Nigeria. Has DSS signed?
And somewhere along the line, I think I lost the caller, and hopefully she will be able to call back. Agongwanye, if you are listening to me and you are able to call back, please don't hesitate to do that. Sometimes some situations are out of control, but we keep on doing what we are supposed to do until we get to our destination. Like I said earlier, Biafra is achievable. We will get to our destination, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. The phone just went off. I don't know what really happened, but like I said, try and then get back to us. I'm joined by Biafra Nation Alliance spokesperson. Can you hear me, Mazi Chimezie?
Good evening, Dr. John.
Good evening from here, and you're welcome to the program.
Yeah, and Dr. once again, thank you so much for all the good job you're doing. Good evening to all Biafrans, friends of Biafra, and lovers of freedom. I remember my humble self, Henry Chimeze, by the special grace of God, the spokesperson of Biafra Nation Alliance Worldwide. But today's topic has been as rich as topics you've treated from time to time, and you did make mention of importance of union, which most of us do not appreciate. What we are fighting for needs synergy. It needs building, across with other interest groups, not just pro-Biafran groups. And I've made this submission in various platforms and even on our own platform. And that is what we've embraced. Because when the Niger Lower Congress and the NINAS were pushing for the constitutional force majeure, we gave our voice and we gave our support. Now, most people need to understand what it entails to build bridges, the divide. Even the Fulanis, the Hausas, we need to build bridges across. Like you rightly said today, the Fulanis are not a problem. The problem we have is bad leaders and failed system. Even across other tribes, the Fulanis, the Hausas, the Yorubas, all we need to look out for is people of like minds. Like they will say in physics, unlike forces attract each other. Now we need to spread our, tentacles. We need to look deep, and we need to have a world view and a broad view. There's every importance. We build alliances, we build union, we build good, trusted relationships. If truth must be told, Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB group have bastardized the social capital of Biafrans. That today it has become a thing of mockery. I don't know when these guys are willing to do away with the deceit, the lies, the shenanigans, the abuse, the death threats, and the likes of it. It will take them nowhere. We need to overhaul the whole ideology, the whole, philosophy, the strategies, the tactic, and we need to be open to politics. Today, Anambra election is 6th of November. Rather than these guys to be focused on how to get the best and support the candidates and begin to tilt towards politics, all they're trying to do is to disrupt the system. What we need is to get into mainstream politics. I've maintained this stand not because it's my personal opinion or my view. It is the best international practice. Biafrans are not the only one asking to secede from a sovereign country in the world. If we must look, across the globe, in Spain, for years, the Catalonians are there, still fighting to date. In United Kingdom, you have Scotland still trying to get a referendum to become an independent, country to walk away from the union that formed United Kingdom. In Canada, you have the region in Quebec. In Denmark, we have the Greenland. And, there are such examples that abound. Now, how many of these people are into armed struggle? The answer is zero, apart from our own region, which IPOB are bringing these things, to cause so much destruction and take us 20 years backwards. First, politics is the way forward. We need to focus on how to interface with our politicians, get and in Biafra land, they need to start to get involved heavily into politics, get themselves into grassroots politics, identify with a political party. It hasn't got to be APC, it hasn't got to be PDP. There are other parties, and a good example in Anambra today, you have independent candidate, which is Ifan Yoba, who is a senator. They need to get themselves their PVCs, and they need to begin to have a voice. What we are asking for, demanding for a country or to secede from a sovereign nation, is 95% political process, 5%, whatever you want to give to it. Because you have to sit down on the round table to discuss so many things. All these guys have is of reference. You have to sit down and discuss how to, share the assets and liabilities of the country you're trying to secede from. Now, the boundary adjustments. And when we look at all these things, it goes back to these 4 subsections under the Montevideo Convention of 1933 in Uruguay. These are spelled out in simple terms. How do they think you can wake up, go to war, then tomorrow become a country? You must stand with the enemy you've made to even discuss things. Now, this is Abia State. This is River State. This is Imo State. Now, Abia State is in the middle. Are there no boundaries? There are boundaries. Once you get to the Onyibe, that is the end of Abia State. You're going to Enugu. Once you get to Kigwe, that is the end. Utru area, that is the end. These are things people need to understand. This, except they are thinking of, Anadarado, then that is different. But if they are thinking about reality, we need to understand these things. There will be time for discussion. We've not even gotten to that phase. For the last, since 1999,
boundary adjustments.
have we been able to produce one pro-Biafran senator? This is the challenge we should be taking on board. But since 1999, all the Biafran regions have had their senators who are not even pro-Biafran, who don't believe in the ideology, who are doing their own thing entirely. When we look at Catalonia, after the 2017 referendum, when the Spanish government from Madrid dissolved it, they conducted another election within the Catalonian region. Those that won the elections are all pro-Catalonians. When they go to Catalonians, not every Catalonian is a pro-Catalonian. Some are anti-Catalonian. Same is with Scotland. The last election, the Scottish National Party won majorities of the seats. And, people need to just, don't take my word for it, they need to do research. One thing that is lacking here is political education. Most of, the pro-Biafra members, with respect, they only intend to listening to, their various programs without going home to do research on their own or to ask themselves questions at their quiet time. SMP was formed in 1934. And from that date, they've been championing, the Scottish independence. It wasn't just in 2014. That debate has been on even before the then Prime Minister and the then first Scottish Minister, Alexander Salmond, was born. And it's still on to date. What am I saying? There is every need. We need to get into politics. There's every need. We need to have a legitimate voice. When we go into politics, we have a legitimate voice, then we will stop being afraid of being arrested. As it stands today, they've proscribed IPOB. It doesn't have a legitimate voice. These are things that would have been way corrected a long time ago. As it stands today, any person that comes out under any platform of pro-Biafran, group in Nigeria stands the risk of being arrested and incarcerated, all courtesy of the shenanigans and this kind of gangsterism IPOB brought into the whole thing, because they are not only the ones suffering it, every pro-Biafran group is suffering it. If we are to do a social experiment today, if anyone wears any regalia that has to do with the Biafran flag or Biafran material, let's just don't print any name on it, be it MASOB, IPOB, or BNA. You will be arrested because they cannot differentiate who is who anymore. We have senators. They are not speaking for us. We have House of Assemblies, House of Representatives, governors, local government chairmen. They are not speaking for us. Then the onus falls on us to think deep and accept these simple truths. Politics will be the game changer. The Scottish referendum was not discussed on social media. All the while they were sustaining that debate, it was sustained from the Scottish Parliament and as well as the Parliament in Westminster in London. Today, even the Irish Army, that is a left-wing group, they have political party that speaks on their behalf. They are equally represented in their parliament in Northern Ireland as well as in Westminster. The question I ask, who is speaking for us in the Senate? Nobody. We need to make it official. If we form a political party, if we can sustain a movement, what is different? We can sustain a political party. We are not interested in winning the presidency of Nigeria. We are not interested in becoming members of the federal executives. What is our interest? To take over our political space and begin to speak for ourselves and begin to have a voice. At least, if in the various local assemblies, we have pro-Biafrans on the state assemblies, if we do the maths, each state has 3 senators. When we look at the Biafran states or pro-Biafran states, why can't we begin to have this view? At least out of those 3 senators, say from the state, let us get at least 1 seat that is a pro-Biafran senator. It could come under any other political platform. But there in the Senate, what is his duty? Just like when the Scottish are pushing for the referendum, every morning, all they do in Westminster is to continue to put pressure on the Prime Minister to call for a debate for the referendum of Scotland. That dominated the House. Then the then Prime Minister, David Cameron, has no option than to cabin to call for the referendum. Nothing to debate. All those every day is same thing. United Kingdom need to exit the EU. The same thing. The same. They have no option than to call for it. And everyone went to pool when they won the referendum and they left. This is the same thing we need to do. We cannot sustain these shenanigans. Nobody should promise anybody a country. If David a country was that easy, why has he not actualized it since the last 10 years? When we've not even started consultation. What we have today is polarized environment. Rather than to be on ground or to give value to those who are on ground doing the work, to consult, somebody will sit on radio, amalgamating, balkanizing people's region, changing their history, that Igodomigo is Biafra, Urobo is Biafra, Ikwere is Biafra. We've gone past those days. What are we seeing today? They've distanced themselves from the project. We need to get involved in politics. We need to get involved in politics. That is the way forward. But let me give chance for others to contribute. And thank you so much for the great job you're doing. I can't thank you enough for your energy, for your passion, and for speaking the truth. Like you've always told us, we cannot betray or sell the next generation. Thank you so much and God bless.
Thank you, my brother. The truth cannot be overemphasized, so we continue to enlighten our people until everybody come to the true knowledge of what we are doing. There must be need for us to organize or to call for a state of union. Evidence abound. People has been through these same challenges. They've been through this same process. And I can tell you they were able to make a comeback. The people of Biafra are encouraged anywhere you are all over the world. Look for a pro-Biafran group and join. Along the line, we're going to be on the same platform, on the same table to discuss critical issue as regarding our position and condition in the Nigerian state. Yes, I'm going back to bring in beloved sister Agowanye. Can you hear me, Agowanye?
I can hear you, sir. Thank you for having me again.
We had some technical issue with that line, but go ahead, you are welcome.
Okay. I thought that because you have given me a word of epileptic network, so the thing is manifesting, so you will change that award. So, as I was saying, before the network cut itself up. I said I have a simple advice from Chike Dozie, the head of DOS, because whatever goes round comes round again. It is the way they started it with our director before. Small, they are coming out till when they were able to cut him out of the media, till when he himself decided on what to do. They are coming after him, but he didn't know. Look at the way he was asked questions by the women. Look at the way he's answering the question, like a toddler that's crawling on the ground. He could not give substantial answers to all the questions that had been thrown to him. Let him stand his feet now and know what is unfolding. Do they think that they will suspend Neneyanya? Who is Neneyanya? Who is Nnamdi Kanu? Who is Kanu Chakanu? Who is Fanboy? Who is Master Prophet? So in their small mind, they thought that if they say Neneyanya and Caroline, his secretary, so then they can out, people will start clapping for them. So where we are there when those people were making the plan to sell him out, what he went to that place to do is a plan they have already sit on their own and discuss. Now the Kanu has gone to the level he know that he is going to work with his family business. And the career freedom fighters and those that are yapping on Facebook platforms, they have shared themselves. Those that know they will side the family, some of them that know what the family is planning to do, they have taken side. Like Simon Ekpa is siding the family. He told them that he had a deal with Ekperima, and now he's playing out the deal. He has announced his app that he will start broadcasting, Enter Biafra app. Now, he also, the DOS now put their sit at home on 14th. Simon Ekpa came out to add Friday to it. He's testing what they call test run. He's testing his own power to know how his own followers will now react to it. Whether after that, the Monday and Tuesday, or their Tuesday sit at home, as they said, whether on Friday they will repeat it again. He has decided now getting his own group from the already built APOB. He has divided and got his own. And I thank God somebody still reminded him of that. Is it Ikenga or what they call him? He reminded him of that. So all of them are taking sides now. Some are siding DOS, some are siding EPA, and some now I still trying to become a leader on their own, because I still saw one of them, whether he call himself Ngachinek or what, that is blastering Chinas and Wuru. And now all what you have been saying in this studio now have manifested, so they are vindicating you day in and day out. So today I heard from another mouth that they are on payroll, that Chinas and Wuru is not even doing any work and is a faceless person, this and that, and he is taking all the money as far as reaching himself, as far as security is concerned, and when they need something he will divert it. That one I don't know. All those ones are the stories that follow story. I don't like saying what I don't know. They themselves know where they are diverting it to, but at least somebody confirmed it that they are stealing. Now today you listen to what Master Prophet said when he brought Nenayanya in for them to talk. They themselves now have confirmed that it's not on 14th of September 2017 that Nnamdi Kanu's parents died, because there is some interlude discussions they showcased there before they continued what they are saying. So they truly know what they are doing. Those that call themselves gas there, they will be ashamed of themselves when at the end they will finalize what they have planned on ground to do. Like as I was saying before network cut me off, does it mean that the Bruce Finn or what they call him, Nnamdi Kanu has signed the form that will bring foreigners to come and solicit for him. So what made them to go to United States to bring in somebody while they claim that I'm a citizen? So why is it their people not coming? Is one jobless man in US they went to bring. And now Aloy Ejima, is it Aloy is his name, or Ifeanyi Ejiofor? Now he's a social media lawyer. Whatever he is doing now, he showcases it in social media. You are always in the spirit, Diopa, because I have told myself that thing you just analyze. What he's trying to do now is how to find a means of raising fund, because he has found out that the money, the one that they gathered already before, has been put into a secret account where they will make use of it when time comes. So there's nowhere he will get money from again. He keep on forming these lies, giving to them, and they are buying it. Because he brought an albino nano from US to that place, he now claimed that they could not allow them access. From there now, the lawyer now will stay for 1 week again, because he said, thank God, another date of visit is Monday, coming Monday. So that coming Monday, now you see how foolish they are. Others will be sitting down in Biafra land, then you will now be doing consultation on Monday. So on Monday now, when they will be going, and the Onyocha, as he claimed, Onyocha that he himself even white passed because of his bleaching cream. As they are going back to that place, they must be giving them money now. So they will still go and turn around and come back. He will still find stories he will tell them, because he learned from Nnamdi Kanu that he's always fabricating lies to tell people, and they are jumping up with it. And he himself bought from it as a landed gentleman, as they call themselves. Now, so that person, the experiment has signed the form that we give that person go ahead order to come and put him out in his case in Nigeria. I don't know how they brainwashed people. They cannot spell. He put on their brain that whatever he says, they will buy to eat. How will it be possible that somebody will come from US, come on his own? It's not that the Interpol has been involved. You will come there and start putting him out into the case in Nigeria. Nigeria is a sovereign state. If he has failed to know, he called himself a lawyer. I will like other lawyers that knows exactly what is obtainable to come up and put them out into this thing. Let them not allow these people to continue selling our generation this way. That lawyer that called himself Ifeanyi Ejiofor supposed to be arrested. That man is a criminal. To this level that he is. If he is really a lawyer, he would have given him the right words that he's supposed to be speaking out to the hearing of people. He is among the person that placed that man where he is. And the Chike Dozema and Co. we abuse accusing other people. Is that lawyer they're supposed to hold responsible? He is the person that placed Nnamdi Kanu for that place he is, so that he will keep on making his money. Look at how robust and fatty he is. Somebody that has crucial and dangerous case for front of him to take up. Now he's not capable of handling it again. He's looking for another Yahoo kangaroo Chajabe lawyer from abroad to come and present. Maybe he's one of these Lebanese they want to organize and bring and be calling him that he come from US. They have been using that man a time immemorial to be showcasing their propaganda and Photoshop and doctored videos. That man, if Nigeria will behave the way they behave to the one they brought from Israel, the film makers that they claim that he bring Torah fashion or what they call it to them, they're supposed to get that man arrested because he is not genuine. He came here with a fraudulent act. And that Ejiofor supposed to be arrested so that he will say the truth. He is part and parcel of this evil that have been going on. You were there, you call yourself a legal practitioner. Your client is forming illegal outfit, security outfit, you didn't advise him. And they later turned and started killing people. You did not advise him till when the thing got to this level now, and you still want to be forming it and start making money from people's pocket. So I think I don't really, there are many things to say, but I don't just know where to continue talking, because all these things we are saying and is manifesting, and they're seeing it, they're still sheepishly following them. This one we come and say is on this, the one that they call Nelly Ofegu, that Obido has already analyzed whom she is. He said she is assets recovery manager. Which asset is she recovering? Do IPOB have any assets on ground? So our blood money we paid the national dues for how many years given to them, they are using it to enrich themselves. Then you are coming to accuse another person, like as Nene Anya said during interaction with the prophet, their master prophet. She asked, do that person know the years they started this journey? They suffered into it. Let's assume that there's anything to be eaten, that anybody that suffered is supposed to eat. She was now contracted to come now and start destroying everybody. And it's what they are focusing on now, instead of talking of how to go and get Nnamdi Kanu rescued. So is there in any way blood is thicker than water, no matter how they shout at POB, authority, command and control, blah, blah, blah. Do they want to tell me now that peradventure anything happened to Nnamdi Kanu, that it will pain them more than the way it will pain the family? You are accusing the immediate brother to be among the people that say him out. Rather, instead of you to think deeper, know the game they are playing, there are something under the pipeline fishing out that you people are not getting right. They have made family meeting, they have discussed on how they are going to do it, so that either he comes out with another seal, signed seal and delivered, but it will not be so easy for him now. But maybe from there he will disappear to thin air. They may clone something else that will wear his own marks and come out to surrender while the real person have disappeared. Instead of them to look deep and know the right way to follow, they are there accusing themselves, jumping up and down, accusation, counter accusation, and the next thing they will do is to be rushing to people's platform and start writing rubbish. And you have been writing this rubbish for the past 8 years, and it has not brought anything reasonable to you. So let them keep on fooling themselves, because the more you write rubbish, the more you exhibit your stupidity to the global world to see. And keep on allowing Joffo to be taking the remaining money and use it to be enriching himself. The ESN are looking for whom to hold responsible. Instead, they will go and hold that man responsible. He is the person that is causing the problem they are today. The Dumeje place he went to, is it not working for him that he went now to look for jobless person from a Lebanese place, calling him US? There are many things happening, but it's not everything somebody will say all the time or on it. There are many things happening, but one thing I know is that the truth stands out, and the truth stands tall. No matter their propaganda, no matter their blackmail, no matter whatever they do, truth must definitely come out, because there's never a way the place will be dark. Immediately when light comes, the darkness will disappear. Darkness will not comprehend the light again. And I'm still using this opportunity to talk to our brothers and sisters. You people should come out of the bush and come and start reasoning well. Make use of your senses. You people should now know that they are using you people to play kalu-kalu. They are using your head to play draft. Those of you that are supporting DOS, they are now confused. They don't know what they are doing again. They're supposed to go and do some consultation and look for capable men that will give them the right idea and the right way to follow. Since they blackmailed all the reasonable men that were with them before. So now the breeze has blown. We have seen the Fawonyash. You people has nothing to offer. No constructive argument. No, nothing. Your IQ is so low. So you people have to think, or if it is the karma is really working on you people should not hesitate, swallow the pride and come to confess and apologize to all those people you people have destroyed their images. Thank God that somebody has said it now, that the only handwork Chinasa have is to kill. So they are telling us what and what they are doing. I thought that is we that we are saying it. Like as I always say, whatever we say here is what they tell us. When they brought to the public, we will try to analyze it and tell them the right thing to do. Thank God that is your main man, and that one is still confessing that he applied to give a slot to be broadcasting, and they highlighted him and put him as a second person. Meaning that everybody want to be a leader. MS3, the Iron Mighty man, he has said his own the other day and issued his own order. So let everybody be coming out to issue his or her own order. We are watching. We go nowhere. We will keep on watching them till when they themselves will use their hand to kill themselves, unless they repent. So I thank you once again for having me here. I don't have much to say again, because the time the thing full my brain boiling, I was so angry. I wanted to just flow it. Network say I should take it easy. So let me just stop here today and pile the other one for the next day, because we must always get better. Thank you, sir, for having me.
Thank you very much. And we continue to expose evil and ensure that the people of Biafra will understand the position where we are and where we are about to be, and should prepare themselves to be part of this great move. Revelations are coming up, ideas are coming up, serious men and women are creating a platform already for a way to forge ahead. The lines are still open, and of course you are encouraged to call in and make your contribution. The people of Biafra must not forget that there is massive arrest of Biafran youth in 3 different locations, to be precise at this moment. Number 1 is Ebonyi State. Number 2 is River State. Number 3, Imo State. Can you hear me, caller on the line?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Ada Biafra, you're welcome. Good evening from here.
Good evening, all Biafrans, all the pro-Biafrans, Biafra de facto customary government, and our director, the Uchopa from Mefo. Chukwu bless everyone. Biafra watchmen, we go nowhere. God bless all of you. The AKK will protect all of us. And the Biafra Nation Alliance family, God will continue to help us to propagate the gospel of the kingdom of heaven. Nnamdi and his company thought that after they have done their worst, that nobody will talk about Biafra again. But they don't know that Biafra is a spirit. They are going about on social media trying to propagate evil. That Uchemefo is dead. This one is dead. Sometimes they will say Judge Onyibe is dead. I say, okay, since you were not able to kill them, nothing happened to them, you are now coming on social media to tell people that they are dead, assuming somebody who is a dead man read such kind of post. Will that person take you people serious? They are trying all they can now to divert attention so that they will not, that they are now divided into 3. those in Biafra land are so confused that they don't even know what they are doing. some if you ask this was, they will be attacking DOS. They will be attacking Simon F at the same time. They will be attacking all the attackable. Ask what? Where do you stand? You know that your group have divided into three. Are you following Wanyocha? Which Wanyocha they call it Nelly? The guy they after now Nelly Anya have confirmed that the woman is not doctor. That is was the same woman that our daddy in the Lord video was telling us her name the other time. Then Anya have confirmed that one. And the man was telling me that all those people, he was calling them names. So I said, what is happening in your midst? Are you people no longer being together? He said, they are. That this one is not doing it. This one is not doing it. I said, where do you stand now? He said he should tell me where he was standing tomorrow. Okay, I told him if you don't have any place to stand, come and stand beside me. Let us join the Biafra Nation Alliance. I was just laughing. They are attacking themselves. Okay, all these people that are attacking themselves now, when their leader was there, they did not attack all these things. Is it now that he entered the street, they know that these ones are doing this, these ones are doing that, these ones are doing that? They are just totally confused people. I just told them to get out of the way. Let them stop putting Biafra in those shenanigans that they are doing. Let them not put Biafra there. Because Biafra have left them many years now. Biafra have left them. I told them, all these things you are doing is just those that have some money in their hand, they will eat it and be telling them many stories so that they will forget that they have some money. That is what they are doing. Nothing more, nothing less. Let them stop putting Biafra in their gossiping. You see them coming to the comment section here where you are doing broadcast, and we're telling us that we are gossiping. See the people that are calling us as gossipers. I don't know. One day their recharging system, that one that Chinasan will finish. The three months that he put for them and said that they should attack your Onyibe's broadcast till October. It will soon finish, eh? All of you will come again. Come to square one. You know, Nanya told them that money have finished. And I was laughing. Money have finished. So now they are fighting for who to pay another money. If you are so anyway, let the person pay now. If the person don't have any other thing to do with their money, let them go and give it to the Kano company so that they will swallow it. No money. And Biafrans are wise. Since the people that hold IPOB very tight, since then they have problems. I just want to urge every one of them to, those who do not have, who is not with DOS or Salmon Epa shenanigans or South Africa shenanigans, just come and join Biafra Nation Alliance. Let us restore Biafra. Because there is nothing you people are doing there. You are just distracting the ones that do not know anything. Especially those that are using Nokia touch. They are just deceiving them because they doesn't see anything. So come and join us too. Come and join us. Don't go and drink something because shame have. In fact, don't have shame anymore. They don't have shame. Agwai have said many things. If you talk, all of you from today to tomorrow, nothing is not even change. Change to do what? Change to go and bring back the money that you paid yourself. I don't understand them anymore. They're trying to chase my way and do what with the remaining. Let them just sit down in their houses and sleep because they don't have anything to offer. Don't have nothing to offer. Let them just stay and let them watch and see that Biafra will be restored. Because in the Nation Alliance, we don't need all these deceivers to don't come in, because before you come in, our eyes is 4. 2 at the front, 2 at the back. We will see you. If you are coming to just come and do what you are doing in IPOB, we will see you and chase you out. We are not here to do nonsense. You see that Biafra have had a government now. Chukwu Kabiama is so kind to us because he don't want us to die for nothing. Before you know it, Biafra de facto customary government will grow and gather all the Biafrans together and gather our land, and before you know it, will go home. Let them stop all this nonsense they are doing. In fact, they don't know what they are doing anymore. They will follow this one, they will follow this one, they will follow this one. Oman said if you just needed to do something, just go and type something on social media. You will, if they are paying, they will pay you enough money because so many of them will share it. That they doesn't read something with meaning. That their brain have been damaged, that if they are reading a write-up, they doesn't read the write-up with a meaning. They just read it and run away. They don't read meaning into anything. I told the man, it's because all the people he gathered and gave phone to go to social media are not a graduate. They are all dropouts, secondary school dropouts, primary school dropouts. That is the people he is using. There is no learned man in IPOB. All of them are dropouts. And those that went to abroad, that are in abroad, okay, rubbish. Because the leg they used to trek to the abroad, their brain have been damaged. So they don't know anything. So let them continue yapping. But I assure them Biafra will be restored. And all of them, anyway, all those comments you are seeing in your broadcast, they are not, I don't think they are even IPOB, because many of IPOB are now ashamed of themselves. It's just that the people they hired from Amazonians and all the rest of those people that don't know anything, they are the ones that comment it. All the Biafrans, even those who do not know anything, have learned a lot now. They can't come to comment rubbish. The only people they hired from other tribes, they are the ones that are doing the comments, because they told them how to answer Igbo names, and if they ask the meaning of their name, how they will tell the people the meaning of their name. That is what they are doing. There is nothing left for IPOB. I told them, you are empty. There is nothing for you. Just come out there. Come and join us. We are Biafra watchmen. We are watching all of you. Come, keep on. Another 6 months is coming to pass. October, you will stop doing your, whether you are still doing. I asked one if he's still doing the fasting and prayer. He told me that I shouldn't ask him that nonsense, that he's not doing any fasting and prayer. I said, you are disobeying your criminal leader. He said, I should leave him alone. I said, okay, no wahala. Keep on deceiving yourself. Those that you buy car for, you paid in Biafra land, they are trying all they could to gather the ones they could be able to lay their hand and tell them that this one is the one that will follow. Another one will come and say this one is the one that you follow. Another one will come and say this one is the one that you follow. I just told them, anybody, any of those groups that will raise their ugly head and say that they want to continue within the kind of way of life, they will go and smell that. Thank you, Doctor, for giving me this opportunity to talk. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, my sister. And of course, we are inching closer to the end of this program. The people of Biafra must remain focused. Restoration of Biafra, the agenda must stand. And every avenue must be exploited until Biafra is finally restored. And of course, this we will be winding down, and I must give sincere appreciation to all men and women who are working very hard to make sure that this evil does not consume us, who are working tirelessly behind the scene to make sure that we continue to sensitize our people on the need to get ready for what is to come. I appreciate those of you who were able to call in. My apology to those I cannot take their call at this moment. Tomorrow is another day, and God be with you. Good night from here.
We are Biafra. We love Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. I say we are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. Where we show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. We will show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. Biafra's story is the most touching and painful story in the world. Biafrans have been killing every day and night, but nobody is talking. Everywhere silent.
We should be ashamed of ourselves. Hey, we said we are Christians, but we do nothing to help the Biafrans. When they are killing Biafrans, we've done nothing to help them. Whether you help or not, we Biafran, we stand and protect our land because we love Biafra.